Good afternoon, it will be afternoon by now. This is just a quick note. I've been editing my video today and I realise a lot of it is just waffle and nonsense. There is an argument, it is every week, I know, but more so this week. And I realise why, because what happened last night, I thought I'll sit down, I'll do my video. But first I needed to unwind, you know, so wait till kids were in bed, our lass is in bed. And I just got a cup of tea and I thought I'll just watch a quick episode of Sharp and then I'll start. And then I end up watching the entire series. Do you know what I mean? You do that. So I've eventually finished watching that. By then it's about 4 or 5 in the morning. And you know what it's like at that time of day. You're a little bit delirious, aren't you? You start, your mind's all over pondering the big things in life. Like, why are trousers called trousers? You know, but a jumper is a jumper. Why are trousers plural? Well, because they've got 2 legs. Well, a jumper's got 2 arms. So why is it not jumpers? Why is it jumper? Trousers are trousers, yeah. Pants are pants. A jumper, jumper. T-shirt's a t-shirt, not t-shirts. It's got 2 armholes. What? Doing it again. But do you know what I mean? So I'm a bit delayed here. So, just to pre-warn you, there is a bit of waffle in this video. More waffle than usual. It's got wind though, that's the main thing, innit? Rotherham 0, Wednesday 1. Now I'm not going to take Mick because it was tense in there for a while. I've been tense all week actually. No, I haven't in build up to it. No, I shouldn't be tense. You know what I mean? The 19, 20 points adrift to safety. They can't buy a win. And on paper, I should have been comfortable going into that game, but I weren't. I was nervy, and I was nervy because it's a big game for them. Now you know what I mean. You know what I mean. They've got 1 foot in 3rd division. They're dead and buried. You know, so like I said, in reality, you look at the form guides, you look at their form, you look at our form. I shouldn't have been tense in week, but I was tense because they are just down the road, and I genuinely thought they're going to be right up for this then, and they weren't. I was really disappointed in Rotherham. Well, I weren't disappointed. I was absolutely delighted. But you know what I mean. I thought it was a really poor showing from them. And despite the scoreline being 1-0, I thought it could have been 3 or 4, and wouldn't be really flattered Wednesday, especially on first half display. Oh Christ, I don't team news yet, have I? I do this. I start rambling. And honestly, maybe I should do a script one day. Bit much like hard work, don't it? Anyway, here's teams. Rotherham United, Johansson in goal, back 3, Adofe, Peltier and Humphreys. Midfield, Tahi was sort of sitting in front of the back 3. Kyoso, Renamalta, Klukas and Ferguson across there, and Eves and Nom up front. Nom. I am hungry actually. Wednesday, Beadle in goal, back 3, Palmer, Ehekwe and Fameo recalled to the starting lineup, obviously Deshaun Bernard suspended. Valentin, Volks, Bannon and Johnson across the midfield. Poveda and Masaba in the sort of wide supporting attacking areas, and Ugbo continuing up front, hoping to keep his goal streak going. Only 7 subs for Rotherham today. I can't understand that, mate. I see this quite a bit. And it's all levels, you know, Premier League, 4th Division. And I sometimes think, why? But why only have you only got 15 players in your entire club? I've got a load of injuries. Put some kids on bench. Have you got an under-23 team? Stick some of them on bench. Under-21s, under-18s. Stick a couple of 17-year-olds on bench. Why go in on demand like that when you can have X many sub? You don't even have to use them, do you? But I sometimes wonder if that's managers making a point that they aren't being backed. Look, I'm having to use kids here. Like I can't even. Might have to put my son on bench. I don't get that. Put some kids on bench. And they all do it. Like I said, you see it in Premier League. And look at money that's swashing about up there. We can only put 5 on bench. Gio it. Anyway, not sure why Rotherham did, but they'd all got 7 on bench. Wednesday, Strong side that. Marvin Johnson making his 100th league appearance for Wednesday today. And like I said, on paper, it should have been a comfortable win for Wednesday, I thought. But as I said all week, I were nervy. Despite the fact they've been whipping boys, it is a local game. I did think they'd be right up for it, you know. And as I said, although it's not like the English going into Agincourt, 5,000 men down at opposition, you know, it's a trip to bloody New York Stadium, I was a bit nervy about it. Really positive start from Wednesday. Like I said, they didn't really put a foot in. I thought Wednesday controlled. I'm going to say opening stages. I thought Wednesday controlled opening 45 minutes, to be perfectly honest with you. I never thought they laid a glove on us. I think of opportunities. God, so, I mean, back when I think of a strike from Bannon. A great chance for Ugbo. Bursting out left hand side, it's cut back to him. It's a goal all ends up really, and it's one of their lads. You know, you can probably, people will say it's great defending. He's chucked him in, but he don't know all about it. I'll put it that way. Thought Wednesday were really on top. The Pervader, he enjoys running at people. That's something I'm really pleased to see. He enjoys running at people, taking people on, and that seems to be that almost feels to me like it's a bit of a dying art in football these days. You know, so many times wingers, they get to byline, they don't want to put a delivery. They don't want to take a player. They get to byline and turn round, and they're looking back into midfield or looking back to fullback. It's like, put ball in, and that's what I like about this Danny Rull Wednesday side. Is we're not afraid to put a ball in box. You know, and I think that's something we've done in recent weeks. I would say that I know that we mump a bit, certainly people of my generation will mump a bit about fanning about with it in our own 18-yard box, but I do think that in recent weeks Wednesday have struck more of a balance. You know, we have been knocking it about where we can, but we're still not afraid to do old-fashioned things well. You know, get ball wide, put good delivery into box. We sort of the week with Masaba, that great crossing for Ugbo, hard low cross. And we're not afraid to go a little bit longer and more direct when we have to. And good. I know I'm going off on one here and sort of largely forgetting the game, but I don't like this one thing where this is what we do. You know, we get the ball down and play, and this is what we do, and this is our method, and and that's good. But sometimes you've got to mix it up. But it doesn't matter what team you are or what division you're in. Sometimes get it in mixer, and I thought Wednesday have done that a lot more recently. I thought we've blended our play and our style a bit more, and I think we're seeing the benefits of that. You know, you can't always play the same way all the time. You know, and if you've got two teams trying to do the same thing, the team with the better players is going to probably come out on top. So sometimes you've got to adapt your game a bit and do something that's going to catch them out, make them uncomfortable. And sorry, this is a tangent, but it is related because, like I said, I do think Wednesday's found a better blend in the last few weeks. And today I thought they got that blend spot on. We were going a bit longer when we had to, but we were playing some good football. Equally, I thought Rotherham were very poor, and I've talked about this. When Wednesday play badly, you know, when Wednesday lose, I'm not always we're shit. What a shit performance. I often say, and people who watch these videos on that, sometimes you've got to look at the opposition and say, well, fair play to them, they've played well. We might have been crap, but they've had to take advantage of us being crap, and they've played well. Equally today, Wednesday have played well, but I do think we've got to say that Rotherham, that first half especially, I thought they looked particularly poor side. And with the way that we've been playing recently, I thought that sort of played into our hands, albeit we couldn't break through. Great attempt from Will Volks, free kick. I'm getting back to the game now, sorry. Just thought he was going to whip one into the box, but he just had a look, whipped it really hard and low and put a direct shot on target that I don't think anybody would expecting, you know, because all big lads had come up and were sort of lined up waiting for delivery. Could have caught them off guard there. Opportunity for Ugbo, their defender. You could say it's a great bit of defending. He's chucked himself in there. He don't know all about that. You know, it's gone out for a corner. If he knew note about that. And yeah, it could have been 2 or 3 or 4-0, genuinely, in first half. And I don't think you could have bemoaned that if that had been scoreline. I don't think opposition could have complained too much about that. They didn't really lay a glove on us. And I thought they were quite passive, Rotherham. Obviously they're down there, you know, where they are, 1 foot in 3rd division, and maybe there's 1 or 2 players took foot off gas and are thinking already, I know it sounds daft, you know, there's a month or so left, two months left, but is there 1 or 2 in there trying not to get knocks, thinking about moves next season? I thought they were really poor, Rotherham, first half. And I'd be really disappointed if I were them, because, okay, maybe the players aren't good enough, you know. The results suggest that they're nearly 19, 20 points adrift, whatever it is. But whether it's a derby game or not today is almost irrelevant to the point I'm making here, which is, it doesn't matter if opposition's got better players than you or not. The one thing you've got to do is you've always got to scrap. You've always got the opportunity to make a game into a scrap, and this is what I was talking about before with different styles. You can want to play it a certain way. You can want to move the ball in a certain way or have a certain shape or this or whatever. But you can still make it a scrap. I talked about this with Wednesday last season after a few disappointing games when things weren't going our way. You should always work hard. You should always give your all, but tackle. Go flying into some tackles. Make it awkward. Make it horrible. You know, we've had a load of pissing down weather. I'm not bothered, you know, because I'm absolutely delighted that we've got result in a brilliant clean sheet, but I was really surprised at how poor I thought they were first half, you know. The only one I thought who sort of covered himself in any sort of credit were big lad beard in net, Johansson. A couple of great blocks in there from him, and he's a big unit in, by the way, isn't he? Do you know what I mean? You can imagine him jumping off front at long bolt at Lindisfarne with axe. But yeah, really good first half from Wednesday. Really poor, I thought, from Rotherham. But I was talking to my dad, and we were both saying the same thing. When you're that dominant, and I thought Wednesday were dominant, but you've not got ball in net, you start getting that sense then, don't you? That feeling, oh, here we go. Because let's be honest, we've all read that script 1,000 times, haven't we? Completely bossed game, not got a goal, then second half, sucker punch, done. Mind you, I mean, I'm saying 0-0. We have had a good goal choked out, haven't we? Cracking ball in again. Well, he's not offside, is he? You know, I'm sat here pondering it, wondering. There's a lad behind him. Is it a Hekwe? Who's possibly off? But he's not interfering with play, is he? At all? Or is that a thing now, or is it not a thing now? You can't keep up with rules. And I used to. I used to not offside trap when it was simple. And every year I used to get a book from FA sent through with all changes that they were making, and I'd sit in pub with lads with pint pots and I'd tell you they've changed it now this is offside, this is offside, he's interfered and he's not interfered. Yeah, you can stand in front of the goalkeeper now and that doesn't matter. And obviously I don't get laws at game book through anymore, but they just seem to fanny about it. I don't know what that is today. I don't know what decision that is. I don't know why that's an offside. It's never been an offside in a million years. Bloody offside. I mean, we brought in, weren't it, to stop all bog lining, you know, and stop them 7-4 goals. And gradually it's like, oh no, punters need to see goals, that's what they're paying for. So, the first sort of change I can remember in my sort of formative years were advantage to attacker. That were a thing at that time. Advantage to attacker. If his level is on, that we're going to be more positive and try and get more goals in games again, like it used to be in old days before we brought offside in and whatever. But now, I don't know. It's got other way in it. You can be offside by an eyelash. And it annoys me, all these changes all along. It just... These people making these decisions, I can't help but think it's like a load of... In my head, FIFA and FA and all these people these decision makers, they're like corporate advertising men. What can we do to sell the product better? And that's how they think about football. The product. What can we do to make it more? We're going to do this. Going to do that. Let's try and make something perfect. Well, football can't be perfect, can it? Football can't be perfect because it involves human beings, including them clown decision makers at the top. But human error. Football can't be perfect, and that's one of the beautiful things about football is that it can't be perfect. Trying to make this super polished, perfect thing when one of the great things about football is the chaos of it. If you make football perfect, where there's never a wrong decision, where there's never a bad pass or there's never a wrong decision, then you don't get cup upsets, do you? You don't. Game. Let's get back to the game. Anyway, it's an offside. It's never been bloody offside in a million years. I don't know what he's waving his flag at him. But as I said, that means that we're going 0-0. Very confident performance from Wednesday. Very under par performance from Rotherham. Well, or maybe it is a par performance from Rotherham. That's probably why they're where they are. But very confident performance from Wednesday. Terrible performance from that clown with flag in his hand. And as I said, you're then wondering, is this going to be the sucker punch after the break? God, I'm talking shit this week. I'm just ranting away, but I don't know what's up with me. Second half. But the second half, I'm starting to think, it's coming to fruition now, coming to fruition, because Wednesday completely dominated first half. No bother whatsoever from them. Like I said, there's only Viking in net who's really shown himself. Second half, they come out. And I don't know if they've had a round of fucks at half time. Maybe they have. I think they probably deserved one. But they come out and they have a go at it. And that's what we're talking about before. It's the minimum you expect as a football fan. Is have a go at it. And I don't care if that's watching a Sunday Park team or watching England. Have a go at it. Put your centre bar at very minimum. Get on, chuck your centre bar a bit. What's up with that? And they did. And I thought, bloody hell, this is it now. We've dominated first half. We've not got a goal. That clown with flag's probably going to cost us. These will probably nick one now. And they did have a go at it, and they were trying to turn us round. They went a bit more direct. The lad up top, is it Eves? They were trying to hit him, trying to flip it in behind us, because Wednesday obviously had been swarming on towards the last 5-10 minutes, certainly at first half. They were trying to see if they could flick and get out in behind us. I'm surprised they didn't try and do that before. And suddenly that nervousness that I'd had all week, but I thought it'd be typical, be bloody typical we'd lose this game. That nervousness started peaking in me. They're having this spell. Wednesday suddenly we're not using ball as well. It's getting a little bit scrappy in there. One or two niggle. Will Volks, brilliant game. Will Volks today for me. My man at match, by the way. I'll get that out of the way now. My man of the match, Will Volks. I thought he was terrific in first half. But he started getting frustrated. One or two Wednesday players getting frustrated, just as we were getting frustrated watching it. He booted one of their lads at one bit, and there's nothing wrong with that. And he was giving him a bit of lip, but I just thought he was getting to, sort of boiling point. And there were a few times he would give ref a little bit, and I thought, officials, and probably rightly so. Actually, I'm not going to have a go on, but they're not afraid of getting cards out for lip. They can miss a 2-footed tackle at neck height, but they'll get a card out for lip. And I just thought Volks were walking a fine line there a little bit with that. I'm thinking about Wednesday second half. Rotherham came out and they did give it a go, but I'm wondering, Wednesday seemed slacker, a bit sloppy themselves, and when they got in at half time, I'm just thinking to myself, did they tell them to score some other games? Because that could flatten you, couldn't it? You've gone out, you've played right well, you've had a goal disallowed, you can't quite nick one, you can't quite nick another one, and then you get in at half time, you think, well, we're doing alright here, we're doing alright. And you might say to coaches or Gafford or whatever, what's happening in other games, and if you're at management, would you tell him? Would you say, well, actually Huddersfield's ahead, and QPR's ahead against top team in division, or bloody Stoke? Would you tell him, or would you be like, no, don't worry about that, let's just keep doing what you're doing? Yeah, but what QPR doing? I don't know, no internet here. Hang on the internet. We'll see it full time, shall we? You know what I mean? I do wonder if they found out, because for old Rotherham were better after break. I thought Wednesday thought we started a little bit slower as well. Credit to them for coming out and giving it more of a go, but also equally, I didn't think Wednesday came out on that same footing that they came out in first half. They went to a back four, Rotherham. I forget the name of kid they brought off, but they went to a 4. And as they were turning the screw, and I think it did make a difference for them. They had a kid flash one wide, right full back with sort of mini dreads. He flashed one off at bar, and like I said, they were just that bit of dread. I thought they're going to nick one here. These will nick one. Then it'll be all Wednesday again, but we'll not manage to force ball over the line, and everything will go against us. But Danny Roll, positive changes again, triple substitution, brought Volks off, which I thought was a common sense decision. Like I said, I thought he would have man at match today, Volks. I really did. But I thought he was walking a line with referee, and one or two little, should we call them loose tackles? I think that's probably a nice way of saying it. One or two loose tackles, I thought he were walking fine line. So Danny subbed him off. Smithy come on. He went up top. Paveda came off. I like him. He runs at plays. Very old-fashioned, taking people on. Like I said, likes to beat his man, get a delivery in, rather than get to byline and cut back and pass it to a full back or pass it back into midfield. It's them old-fashioned things. The game's moved on. Well, I still want to be excited though. You know what I mean? It's all about domination now and doing this and that and zipping the ball and I still like seeing players who take people on. Go and put him on his ass, so I like Pavard. Anyway, he came off. Gassama came on. A little bit of a shuffle for Wednesday, because Big Dom come on as well for Valentin. So it was like it was almost like a 4-2-4, really. Gassama stretching up wide on right. Palmer shuffled into centre midfield with Barry Bannon. When Volks went off. Positive from Danny Roll. Positive. Now when he stuck Ioford on, I did think to myself, has he put him in there to give us a bit more height, because they were going a bit long, a bit more direct, trying to turn us round. So that was possibly one of the reasons. But it actually worked out a positive the other way, that Iofa's got involved. You know, he's got an assist for a goal about 2 minutes after sub. Might have been less. Barry Bannon, it's funny, innit, for all the freneticism, you know, for all Rotherham are suddenly having a go at it, Wednesday are very scrappy all of a sudden, and we're desperate for that goal. I'm sure the lads have heard about scores in other games. That's when you can start panicking, when you can start missing your passes or trying to force an issue, trying to force a pass that's not there, that sort of thing. But the goal when it comes is really good because it's calm. It's a really calm goal. It's a measured goal. It's the best move that Wednesday's put together in the entire second half, by the way. Bannon, calm, moves it on. I think it's Gassama. Just takes a second, waits, big dom on, overlap, little ball down line, completely does them. And he's got his head up. We talk about this all the time. Get your head up, don't just deliver without knowing. Cuts it back. On Ugbo's there, 6 goals in 5 games. 6 goals in 5 games. What an absolute revelation he's turning out to be. And I know folks weren't, when we signed him, folks weren't, his goals record ain't great. But as I've said before in other videos, there's a couple of things you've got to look at with that. Firstly, don't just judge a player on his Wikipedia goals and games entry. Because there's other factors, isn't there? Like, where's he played? Played out wide on right wing, played out on left wing, played in little number 10. He's played a number 10 for us. So you can't always judge a goals record by that. And also you've got to think about the teams he's playing for. But he's coming for us, and like I said, you know, about a fortnight ago, let's see what he can do as a number 9 at top end. And he's proven that he can. 6 goals, 5 games. Lad's absolutely on fire. And I go back to that thing that I heard from a Cardiff fan. He said, well, he pops up in box, but he don't do much. I think, good. What's wrong with that? Gets in there, always on end of things. Always on end of things. Like I said, could have had a couple first half. Big Johansson's made a save. They won it, their full-back. 6 in 5. Wednesday in lead. And actually, I've got to be honest with you, I knew then that we were going to win. Obviously, we've got a goal lead. It's more likely going to win. But they suddenly look flat. They look like all air had been took out of them. And I thought we could have possibly gone on and got 2 or 3 actually after that. Yeah, I thought they looked flat, and they started dropping off, which of course, you know, when you've got players like Gassama coming on who can really run at players, that's probably one of the worst things that you can do in here. And I'm trying to think really, I don't think they had Hugel, he had a bit of an header, sort of iron wide, but yeah, I thought Wednesday started to look good again after goal. There were some hairy moments because I mean, obviously they get to a stage where it's shit or bust really. In terms of the game, I think the season's already bust, but they start chucking it in there. You know, the last 10 minutes or so. Wednesday, resolute, the Heckway, Big Dom getting the red on stuff. I thought Firmino had a good game actually. But probably unlucky that he didn't get a couple of goals. He had a couple of great opportunities in first half, thinking back on it. We hack a few things away. Bannon volleys one away. Palmer hacks one away, probably 6-yard box. They sunk after goal, but like I said, they have a flurry at the end. I can't say that very well. Flurry. I think my teeth are too short for me gob. Anyway, they have a bit of a flurry at end. But actually, it was Wednesday nearly seal it at death. Wilkes has come on. Marvin Johnson, 100th league game for Wednesday. Fantastic cross. I've got to say, Malik Wilkes, I know he's not set world on fire here. And will he be here next season? I don't know, but he's got everything right here. He's so unlucky. Absolutely perfect diving. And as you know, people who watch on this channel, I love a diving header. I bloody love a diving header, and that I wish that had gone in. If I could swap that for Ugbo's goal and could still come away with 1-0, I'd rather have won with diving header. I know that sounds daft, it's just me. It's just aesthetics, isn't it? I love the look of a diving header. That it's foot at post. Yeah, another win. Like I said, excellent first half performance, although terrible from Rotherham. They had a chuck at it second half. We weren't really having enough to break us down. Good win, clean sheet. Delighted, because I thought this was a potential banana skin, really, in terms of the fixtures that we've got left. Obviously we've got Plymouth coming up, Leeds coming up, but this was a game I was probably most worried about, because Leeds, I almost see that as a free hit. But I was concerned about this one. I was concerned about it in week. One or two lads at work, we were talking and saying the same thing. It'd be typical of Wednesday, to have this decent run and then lose against a team that can't buy a win in Rotherham. But yeah, delighted with that win. So, great, hard fought 1-0 win away against a local rival. Fantastic for Wednesday. And the other fixtures today, there were 1 or 2 fixtures there. We thought this could be a really good weekend for us. We get that win, clean sheet, away at local rivals. We look at other wins and what happens. QPR, they're playing best team in division. Nick a win. One at goal scored by that kid who should beat Nick. He's clunked somebody over head with a rocket. He shouldn't be playing. Told chair. Millwall, 1-0 win at Watford. New manager bounce. Huddersfield, down to 10 men against Leeds United, one of the best teams in the division. They nick a 1-1. I think there's only Birmingham that's lost, and that one in 96 minutes to Southampton. It's just, this season, I said it about 3 months ago, I think this season will go at wire. And I think that's, I look at results today that you would have never have probably picked them. They're not. Huddersfield 1, Leeds 1, you know what I mean? Stoke 2, Middlesbrough 0. They're not things you're picking on your accumulator, are they? But they happen. Typical sod's law for Wednesday. We get a cracking win, and none of the results go our way. It's just... We're not having any luck, do we? We're not having any luck. But all we can do is go out there every week and just try and win our games. And hide the portable radios and phones and all results in dressing room at half time so the lads can't find out what's happening in them games, because I'm sure that's one of the reasons why we had that little 20-minute blip after break. Tension, what's happening? Oh, they're all winning. Tension, you've got to be relaxed. Playing football. First off, we were relaxed, knocking in about. It's half time. Chill your beans. Just go out, wait. Like I said, get someone at Plymouth, Leeds, whatever. I see that's a free hit. If we get out for that's a bonus. Although, if they can only draw with 10-man bloody Huddersfield, maybe we can get a result. But yeah. Sorry, right messy video this one. I've been right busy. What time is it now? It's actually 4:45 in the morning. Do you know what I mean? I'm knackered. I'm not right. But I've been very busy, so this is the time I've had to do it. And I might have talked a lot of crap, and I've probably been all over the place, not my usual, this happened, then this happened, then this happened, but might have been all over the place and giving the authorities a bit of a bad mouthing and all and whatever, and whatever. The main thing is, Wednesday's won. The main thing is, Wednesday's got a clean sheet. The main thing is, Wednesday is still in the fight. 3 points off it now, I think it is. Some good performances to come, I'm sure. Some good fixtures to come for us. I still believe we can do it. Said it all along, I think we can do it. With Ugbo's goal scoring, I think we will. I do. I think we will. Oh, God. We'll probably lose at Plymouth now. Probably lose at Plymouth, and I'll be like, oh God, that's it. Forget about it. And then we'll probably beat Leeds. That's football, isn't it? It's why you never meet a poor bookie, isn't it? Got this Wednesday chocolate bar here. I've been dying to eat it for weeks, but obviously I'm not allowed with me diabetes, blood sugar, cholesterol, all that. Actually, I went for me. I had to go for a diabetic eye test the other day. I think that's to see if you can still spot sugar. But it was really interesting actually, because I went in, had drops in my eyes, all that. And lad who would do my eye test, big Wednesday fan, so we were having a very good chat, so that was nice. And if you do see me anyway, and a fella stopped me in Tesco the other week at Sainsbury's, and we had I shop at Sainsbury's. I last done, and every time I get back with a receipt, you've been Sainsbury's for? About 30 quid more on shop when you do it. I said, yeah, I know, but you know what? I like being high up, looking at them. Maybe it's because I'm a midget. I find that aisles are wider as well. But anyway, I was having a lovely chat in there about Wednesday as well. So do have a chat. Yes. Talking absolute nonsense. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'm going to bed now. When I've edited this.